How are you personally? Where are you? What's your situation today?
Today I'm on the move. I was in Kyiv, which is my hometown, which is the capital of Ukraine. And now I'm in a town not so far off from Kyiv. And the reason my face goes like this is because I hear fighter jets flying over my house.
That's got to be disconcerting, to say the least.
Yes, but it's also a sound that we are more or less used to, and a sound which puts everyone on alert.
Can you tell me a little bit about what civilians are dealing with on the ground in the Kyiv area trying to escape the Russians?
The way that they are getting out is basically just finding a quiet moment and just making their way at their own risk. And a lot of people actually now have chosen to barricade themselves into their houses and their apartments and literally just wait it out. But to wait it out in conditions where there's no water, where there's no electricity, where there's no food supply, not knowing when it will end, it's also a very brave and courageous decision, and it's a decision which is made out of complete loss of control over the situation, because the people who were trying to get out, they were just being shot point blank by Russian soldiers. They are behaving like animals. The whole of the Russian army, it's as if their commanders, their generals are just opening up the Geneva Conventions and going by them one by one, point by point, and checking off what else they can break in the book. Why they are doing this, I have no explanation. It looks very much like they're just trying to exterminate Ukrainians as a nation, and essentially that amounts to the crime of genocide. I have 3 children. My youngest is 9 months. She turned 9 months on 1st of March, and 1st of March is the day of this war that I will remember forever and most, because this is the day that I also had to say goodbye to them, because I was sending them off to safety. My logic is that I gave birth to these 3 beautiful human beings, and I gave birth to them, I gave life to them, and I gave them this life to live, and I want them to live no matter what. And this is a wish that every mother has. So in order for that to happen, I had to send them away with their grandparents, with my very, very elderly parents. And I know that they're in safety now, and that's a very comforting thought. You ask me how I'm doing. I'm grabbing every chance, every straw that I get to survive, to make sure that my loved ones, my family, my friends are okay. Every day I help out with many evacuation missions of children I know, of women I know, and this is how we get by. Moreover, we get calls for all kinds of humanitarian assistance, so everybody's doing their bit. This is why we keep going, and I can't give you the exact numbers as I don't have them in my head, but I know that almost 5,000 couples got married over these 12 days. We had almost 4,000 babies born in the course of these 12 days of war, which is also very beautiful, although I can't imagine what the new mothers will have to live through. And these babies, they are being born in basements, in bomb shelters, and they have to stay there. Their first hours, their first days of life on this beautiful earth are spent underground without any sunlight, and in plus 13 degrees centigrade, which is pretty cold for a newborn baby. Ukraine at the moment is standing in this alone. We're fighting off the second largest army in the world with our bare hands, with whatever we have here on the ground. We really appreciate all the help that is coming in the form of humanitarian aid, in the form of military aid. But in all honesty, we need more, because again, we are countering the largest military force there is, much, much larger than what we have here on the ground. So we need the military aid to keep coming into Ukraine. We also need the no-fly zone. So this essentially is an appeal to all the people out there who are watching and who have access to their members of parliament, government, whatever, whoever you can appeal to ask for this no-fly zone for Ukraine, but not just for Ukraine, but for the whole world, because we are asking for it, for the no-fly zone, not as a victim, but as a partner, a responsible partner who knows very well that we are unable to cover and protect all of Ukraine, and all of Ukraine includes 5 nuclear power stations. If those blow up, you're looking at a nuclear catastrophe that will affect you, essentially in Canada, in Australia, and the UK, wherever you are, that will affect you. So your government actually has a responsibility towards you to get that no-fly zone over Ukraine, to keep the world safe, to keep the world as we know it today, and to fight the potential comeback of the biggest empire, an empire of evil, and we don't want that.
We're seeing so many videos of people protesting, even in places like Kherson that's occupied by Russian forces. What do you feel when you see these videos of people who are, Russians are firing off into the air and they're just standing there waving the flag and singing the national anthem? How does that make you feel as a Ukrainian?
It's amazing, it's empowering, it's what keeps us going. You asked, how do you do this? What keeps you going? The courage that I see around me, this bravery coming out from people's hearts, from Ukrainian, young and old, and they defy terror, and they defy aggression. They come out on the streets singing the national anthem. And some of the stories that we hear, they are amazing. They are inspiring. This little girl who was singing her heart out with this theme song from Frozen in one of the subways where she was sheltering, and inspiring with her little voice all these people around her, with men crying around her. Then we have a violinist who was giving a concert right down there on the Kyiv underground. So it seems like, all the it life and all the it things are happening down underground in those bomb shelters. And this is what's inspiring the people up above, the army, the military up above, the air force in the sky, to do more, to keep pushing, and to get that freedom to every single Ukrainian who is standing by and just hoping, praying and waiting and doing everything they can to live as a free nation.